Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today I will be installing the Braum seats that came in yesterday into the car. We got the sliders over there and then the planted seat brackets right there. It'll be exciting to see how the racing seats change the look of the car. I'm actually pretty excited for this installation myself, but we'll hop right into it. Go ahead and start by removing the seats in the Rsx. There's a couple bolts in here in the back, depending on what side you're working on. And then the bolts are right underneath these plastic pieces. So just kind of pop these off. Bolt right there, if you can see that. And on the other side as well. Let me get that one. In case you can see, here's one of the bolts and the other. Those are the two bolts in the back. And as far as in the front, the other bolts are right below the sliders. You can see that right there. 1 and 2 on that side. Go ahead and start by removing those first. So I believe these bolts, at least in the back, are a 14. Backs are out. Slide the seat forward. Get the ones in the front. Now the seat's completely loose. We just gotta undo the wires that are here on the bottom. Those wires right there. You don't want to unclip them. I'm gonna try to bring the seats to a position where I can have a little bit more access to them. Maybe forward? No. Back would probably be the best way. Let's get these wires down here. You get these little clips, these little plastic clips. You can either try to cut them off with a razor blade or kind of try to do your best to undo them. You can see that. One of them was right there. One right here. Looks like we got one more down here. And the seat will come out completely freely. There we go. And the seat should come out just like that. Move the steering wheel for some extra space. There's one. And let's start on the other side. For the passenger side, you're going to have the same bolts on the left and right of the front and left and right of the rear. Only thing different about the passenger side is if it's a Type S, only if it's a Type S, you do have your Bose amp underneath the passenger seat. So it'll be just a little bit more wires, and once I get there I'll show you. But I'm just going to skip through this real quick and show you guys the amplifier at the bottom. Alright guys, so I have all the bolts removed and seat goes up. This is what I mean by you might have a couple extra wires. This guy right here is your Bose amp if it's a Type S. So you'll have just a couple more wires. You will need to, it looks like in order to get to the wires up on top to release the harness, you will have to remove your amplifier first. And the amplifier is connected by these little brackets right there, it looks like, or screws. It's either, I feel like both would work. But you can either disconnect it with the bolt right there, or a little Phillips up there. I'm gonna go ahead and do that. So now that we have the amp uninstalled, it gives us access to these wires up here. Same deal, just start unclipping. The seat's ready to take out. Easy peasy. Now, unless you are just running harnesses, which I will be running both seatbelt and harness, but you're gonna wanna undo the seatbelt on here and put it on the new guys. Weight reduction, right? Get rid of unnecessary parts. Probably eventually I'll either tuck these or completely remove them from wherever they go. But today's not that day. So really funny about these Braum seats. First of all, when you order Braum seats, they do come with the sliders. And then, but you do have to order the brackets separately. Now you don't have to go with the brackets they sell. They go off of a third party called Planted, which was actually based out in Washington, I found out. So that was actually pretty cool. I got them, they said it would take 6 to 8 days, but I got them literally the next day. I don't think that'll be the case for anyone, but I think it helps that the factory, I guess, is like 2 hours away. So I could have gone to pick them up, but just got them the next day. And then the seats took, I want to say like 4. So extremely fast shipping on Braum's part. Super cool company. Super great customer service. They respond to all my messages. You know, all that I did have very quickly. Now they do come in like these duffel bag almost looking bags, and they are covered in this plastic to protect it. But we're just gonna take off the duffel bag section. And the plastic. Lift these bad boys up. And so you guys can all see. Look at those beauties right there. That'll look really good with the black and white theme that I'm going with. Super. Now I will say right now, I did sit in the seats. This one was already opened, so you can tell. That one I have not opened. This is the passenger side, and I did sit in it. Oh my gosh. Super comfortable. I'm not the skinniest guy. I'm actually more on the huskier side, and I did fit very well. Hugs you perfectly, and the leather is like, oh my gosh, it's like such a premium feel to it. Now, I know most car guys are into suede or cloth seats. Me personally, I've always been really into leather. That's why these kind of really caught my attention. So they have this black leather kind of in the middle, white on the edges, same with white stitching, and a really cool carbon fiber material on the back, but just A+ premium leather quality, just fantastic. Now let's get this one undone. And there we go, guys. There's driver and passenger. Now let's go ahead and put these bad boys in. Well, first we got to put the sliders on the brackets on the bottom. They'll just make life way easier. So, whichever one we grab is what we're working on first. So I guess we're working on the driver's side. Grab a pair of hardware, rails, sliders, all that. And I'm sitting on this guy for now. Not the bracket, that's a little too heavy. I actually watched a super informative video. So Braum seats come with these holes and bolts already pre-drilled, and that's what you're going to be using. Now I already got one slider on here, and they're not all the same. There is a left and right in each one. Now you're going to want this completely flat side. I know they're both flat, but this has that rail inside. This is what you're going to bolt to the actual bracket over there. This is what you bolt to the seat, just like so. Now you're going to want to have these towards the back. So this L or whatnot and the spring towards the front of the car. Reason being is that the actual handle goes right there. And it's going to be more tucked, right? That way when we pull this up, you'll see it brings that closer, and we'll be able to slide the seats just like so. Now this side's already completely tightened down, and then we'll just start off with this. So in order to move the seats back and forth, you'll have to push right about here down, and it's kind of hard at first, but then you'll be able to just slide it. Now you're going to want to pick which, at least on these brackets, you're going to want to pick which hole you want and what lines up here. I'm going the very bottom bolt and then the very top of the bottom bolt here. And that's what I found fits over there. So I just put the top on loosely over here, and then I tighten the bottom, and then I go back and tighten the top. So let's go ahead and do that. On this car, these L shapes go towards the front. After putting this on, I found out it's easier if you were just to go the Allen in the back, because you can't fit a ratchet on the back. All right, guys, so I apologize. The GoPro actually ran out of memory, but sliders are super simple to put on. I think I showed the majority of that, of me putting that on. Brackets are super self-explanatory. Just match up the bolts. You only have 4 bolts. 4, not 5, and you just got to make sure they all match. Kind of thread them in very loosely and kind of adjust it so it all fit, and then putting the seats back in is just as easy as taking them out. And guys, oh my gosh, do these seats look amazing in the car. Like, I'm not sure if the GoPro's picking everything up, but that looks absolutely amazing. Thank you, Braum Racing, for making phenomenal seats. Absolutely fantastic seats, and they go very well with the whole theme of the car, the black and white interior. And let me say, they are super comfortable. Now, these brackets are extremely low profile. These are the planted brackets. Fitment, spot on. The only thing I will say is this bolt right here in this corner, the bolt, the factory bolt's a little too long, so I'm gonna have to get one shortened. Next step is getting harnesses on these guys, but they look absolutely fantastic. Fitment, super great, hugs you extremely well. I actually got dust all over them, so I wiped them all down, and they look absolutely fantastic. Yeah, absolutely no complaints. Braum, excellent job on the seats. Super premium leather material. So, sorry, my GoPro actually ended up dying, but so I'm filming with my phone in case the quality has changed and you notice that. But yeah, absolutely fantastic seats. I couldn't be happier with them. I'm actually about to start cleaning up and call it a night. But make sure to like, comment, subscribe. If you have any questions about installing seats, specifically Braum or any others, feel free to let me know. I'll be more than happy to help you out with the process and whatnot. But yeah, stay tuned for more videos. Catch you next time.